I want to take you back to the Eastern Cape, and this is where the provincial government is holding its official Women's Day in Musgunt. It's a small farming town in the Kema local municipality, and the Premier, Mabuyane, is expected to deliver the keynote address, focusing on the economic development and inclusion of women. And Newzroom Afrika Sipha Kema is there. Sipha, good morning. Who are you talking to now?
Well, Iman, this event is not just about the Premier addressing the community of Musgunt, but also of bringing different entities and departments to the people. As I'm talking to you, we were seeing earlier on when we spoke to you, we're seeing various entities such as the Eastern Cape Liquor Board that was setting up. Of course, very important to have the Eastern Cape Liquor Board because as we know that these small farming communities are seeing a really alarming rate of alcoholism and the alcohol in these communities. So it is important to have them here and introduce their programs here. We're also seeing ECDC here, which is the Eastern Cape Development Agency that is here to assist those farmers with the small projects with influx of capital to assist them as well financially. As we spoke, you remember earlier on, we did speak to a lady here from Musgunt saying that she's got her own project as well. What we're also seeing is the Department of Health is also here with their mobile services, but also seeing veterinary services here in Musgunt as well. Now, as we're heading on, we're going to speak to the Eastern Cape Premier, Iman, about what's part of his address, and of course, most importantly, what he has done where he is focusing and zeroing in on these smaller communities that was previously forgotten. But now it seems as though that they're actually taking the focus on these small towns, looking to develop these small towns with not just businesses, but also looking to fix the small towns with the problems they have as far as even potholes on the roads, the issues where people were saying that they feel as though they've been left behind or marginalized, and there hasn't been much attention or focus to their smaller communities, just to try and also so that to boost those small towns' economies as well, more especially farming towns, because agriculture is one of the industries that boosts the economy of the Eastern Cape. And when we look at Musgunt, where they have exports, where we have big names, fruit names that actually export out of South Africa, comes from these smaller towns. As much as the population may be 415, Iman, but the fruit that comes out of here and the job created by these local farms is very important. Now we're going to bring in the Eastern Cape Premier, Mabuyane, and we're going to talk to him just to kind of find out, Iman, a part of his address. We know that it is Women's Day, Premier, and most of your focus today would be looking at the inclusion of women, trying to empower women, especially from these smaller communities with the projects that they have. Let's talk about that.
Thank you very much, Sipha. Good morning, and good morning to your viewers. As you know, that we are almost all over in this province. On the first, we're in Ndabangulu, unbelievable, to open the 7th legislature, and we have said so, that we will be everywhere. Now we are almost on the borders of Eastern Cape and Western Cape. That's the kind of a situation that we have. This is the government of the people, for the people, by the people, to serve our people. We want our women and our people to know wherever they are, that we are available. ANC government has put up very strong policies of transformation in this country. Whether it's a GNU or what, no one can really reverse that. It's something that the society needs. Women constitute a bigger population percentage in our population stats. So we want to see more women coming up. I've seen a lot of work that is happening here from an agricultural point of view. You can see the farms that are producing apple and all that, but it's more on a primary production side. We need to see more agro-processing coming up here. You need to see juices being actually produced from this side. And that would mean almost all these women and all these young people that are at school now will be able to have a bright future. They don't have to go elsewhere in order for them to get jobs. Jobs are here. We've got land. We've got potential, and I've seen that. So we're working with them, with these commercial farmers as government. I know we are exporting, some are exporting even to Kenya. They are supported by government. So we want to see more women occupying land. It must not just be about defeating the patriarchal relations in the society. More women must have an access to land. They must have a legitimate right. Land is a factor of production. If we talk about SMME and give women given more opportunities, women must have an access to land. We must see that happening here. We must see women setting up these factories assisted by government, produce and synthesize these juices that I'm talking about from the primary production that is happening here. So I'm quite happy with the work that is being done and that our government indeed is a government that is able to reach as far as this area for our people. Our people, where they are, they must know that we are coming to them. They don't have to come to government.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Premier. That's the Premier of the Eastern Cape, man, of course, giving us insight to what we are to expect to his speech and what he's going to be addressing today, talking about the importance of including women in the agricultural sector, not just employment opportunities, but assisting them with helping with starting these projects, not just picking apples or oranges in Misrand, but also being part of the initiatives of smaller businesses that are actually processing and packaging juices here in the Eastern Cape. But we're also going to follow up with the Premier after his address, just to pose some questions on his address and what he'll be delivering. For now, it's back to you in studio, Iman.